Well, hello, my fine feathered rifters. Here is your favorite Korthluger with some fine feathered friends. Actually sitting here with one of my guildies, Red Queen. She's got the pink budgie, I have this blue budgie. I think it's just one of the mounts. Always good to group up with your guildies. By the way, for you new players, if you see somebody you want to partner up with them, you can type invite in the chat. But if you're near them, you can right-click on their icon and just put. This will say invite if you hadn't already invited them. They can accept it or not. Of course, you can uninvite when you're done. So I already invited her to my party. So you see, they become down here. They come in a line, and when it's a quote party, it can be up to 5 people, and they'll just the way I have my setup, they'll just line up right here with their pets too, right here. But when it gets bigger than 5 people, it's called a raid. And you don't want everyone's big old picture and all. It's too big for that many people. So if you want 10 to 20 people, you can hit the Y button. I just hit Y to get that up. And if you hit this button, convert to raid, and pretend we didn't just have 2 people. By the way, I have the crown right here. That means the head of the group, head of the party, or head of the raid leader, party leader. If you hit the Y button, then hit convert to raid, boom. You see this changed into just these little tiny boxes now. So, you know, and say there was a bunch of people and they were all screwed up. Like mine, group 1 will have its own row, 2, 3, 4 is how I have it set up. You can move people around, you know, just however you want to do it. I try to keep everybody in group 1 first, 2, whatever, but some people want all the rogues together, all the DPS together, all the healers, whatever. So, you know, and then here's a ready check button. When you're about to fight a boss or something, you can give everybody a ready check. So that's just a quick lesson with that. I am going to go ahead and leave the party, so I could click on my own icon there and just leave party, and you do that when you're in a bigger group too, or a zone event or whatnot. So now I don't have anything else here. I'm not in a party anymore. So you know what, while I'm here, all my videos have had this raid frame. Another quick little, just a cosmetic thing. These raid frames are something you collect. You can get achievements for collecting them and whatnot. Totally forgot, this is my Christmas one. And I still haven't changed it, and it's Valentine's Day today already. Wow. So quick lesson on how to do that. Just right click your icon. Now you have a portrait frame and a portrait badge. First of all, portrait frames. You collect them in various ways throughout the game, and you can buy some of them too. So default looks like this. This is the one you get when you just first start playing the game. I think it still looks pretty cool. Elite is like an elite boss or mob or whatever. These are just the ones I have. Nightmare was from the Plane of Water zones. Looks pretty cool, you know, with the semi-Nightmare Rift-ish looking, with the moving eyeballs and whatnot. This is what we just had it on, the Fey Yule Christmas one. I like this Tendrils of Madness the most. It's kind of also from the Plane of Water zones. But I like the color, first of all, like blues and greens and blacks, so this is a pretty cool blue. And this, you kind of have to earn it. I think there's 2 different ways to earn this portrait frame, and they're both pretty tough. I can't remember offhand what it was, but I'm going to leave that there. It also matches the colors in my wardrobe right now, so we'll leave that there. Got to check this kind of stuff real quick. Again, this is your daily reward. Can't forget that. Oh, right now it's Valentine's Day, so they usually put out at least a little something for Valentine's Day. This is what they did, a little pink Cappy mount supply box. I don't really buy too many supply boxes. Sorry. Sorry, Tryon. I do sometimes, though. It's basically because the supply boxes, you get a chance of getting a mount. And, you know, the stuff you get if you don't get the mount's still pretty cool. But that's why I don't buy too many. Oh, also, this little icon right here, this pops up at the change of the day. You get this every day for the first 21 days of a month. It's just trying to get you to log in for 21 days of the month. You can make it up at any time. If you skip a couple days, you just start again whenever. And these rewards get progressively better throughout the week, or throughout the month, I'm sorry. And this one's pretty good. You need charges for the plus 70 gear type stuff. I love artifacts, so any kind of artifact stash is good. This is a lower level kind of upgrade thing. I haven't used too many of those. You guys trying to level and get experience and planar attunement experience, this is good, but I don't need any of that. And this one's pretty good, large sack of currency. So once you do play for 21 days in a month, this stops until the next month starts. Oh, affinity is also pretty good, because affinity is the currency you get as a patron. So if you're not a patron, this is like one of the few ways to get it. And it's only 15 a month, which isn't much, but so hopefully I'm going to get my patron back on here pretty soon. So this one is a hunting resource bundle, meat, fish, and hides. Like that. Now the icon went away. Let's do some minions real quick. Oh, okay, now I can show you some cool stuff about my favorite type of minion quest, artifacts. Last night I set these up, and I just got lucky and fortunate enough to get 4 artifact quests at the same time. That almost never happens. So you want to put your best minions towards those. You see I got 3 4-hour quests and 1 8-hour quest. The 4-hour quests are the best. 8-hour quests are slightly behind those. So let me open this real quick. This is the daily reward. Got a artifact there. I'll just move this up and open it up in a minute. So let's see what I get from these. As you see, these are all level 25 minions. So that means they're all maxed out, and they are the proper skill set for whatever this mission right here asked for. So it'll always be two things, you know, like this one's notoriety / rep, and you know, plane of water type skills. So you always these are matched up perfect, and they're maxed out. And actually, this minion is a purple. So anytime you could get the max level, perfect skills, and the purple minion going towards it, that's the best. Blue is the next best after purple. The rest of them are blue. So let's see if I got any artifacts that I need. Speaking of artifacts, I'm a huge collector of not the highest in my guild though. I do have over 100 sets. There's a lot of achievements based on that. The progressively scale up. To get to 100 though, that's a pretty big deal. 75 was even a big deal. 75 got a pretty cool title. I'm sorry, not 75. 1,000. I gotta check these numbers. It's 1,000 sets, and then so 750 sets was pretty good, which it came with a title called the Member of the 750 Club or something like that. And I was wearing that title around for a while. But I have over 1,000 now, and I'm still trying to get going. The more you get, the harder it is to find the ones you need or to buy the ones you need. So let's see if I got any ones I actually need here. 4 from that one. 4 from that one. Okay, so you can just pass over them. If they're red, I already have them. If the red description at the bottom is red, I already have it. If it's green, I don't have it. Aha, I don't have this one. Down in there. Aha, I don't have this one, and it could go in 2 spots. This one's almost done. You see this set, it's 4 out of 7 completed. So let's make that 5 out of 7. And let's see, red, red, red. Ah, a blue that I need. That's always good. Alright, so this will be 7 out of 10. Now it's going to be 8 out of 10. Always good. And the rest I already own. Okay, so let's set up some quests real quick just to get some of these lower guys some experience. So I'm going to match these up. I don't have it right. That's the I'm doing the 5-minute and 15-minute ones, but especially when you're doing the 1-minute ones, that's the great thing about 1-minute ones. It's like, who cares? Just level up your minions. And if they only have one of the attributes instead of both, just go with it. It'll be a minute until you can do it again. You know, no big deal. So we'll just do a couple of those just to get them going. Let's see if I can move around some items real quick. So I don't want to go quite to the auction house yet to sell these. I do want to put these mats away. Once again, total hoarder. I admit it. I am running low on bag space, it looks like. So let's get out of here.
Gloriously, die heroically.
Okay. Now let's see. Let's talk more about artifacts, shall we? So go to your main character screen, which is the C button, and down here is artifacts. Okay, this is just on this one, so this is the last one I was just looking at. But let's clear all this, and you can search different ways. This is all. Click on this. Incomplete is what I always look for, because I'm just interested in the ones that I still need to finish. So I put incomplete, and then you could put sort by progress or track the completed. I don't care about the completed right now. So when you sort by progress, it's going to bring up the ones that only have 1 left, maybe 2 left, and it'll be in order. Now, when you first start out, you don't want to spend a lot of money on artifacts because there are so many artifacts out there. It's ridiculous. The ones that you get that you already have, those are a great thing to sell on the auction house. A lot of people like to buy artifacts. A lot of people are into artifacts. It's the #1 collectible, even though there are many things to collect in Rift. So I personally, it'll have the approximate level right here with the title of the artifact set. I personally, anything close to level 70, I try not to buy because there's a chance I'm still in those zones a lot. So I might come across it myself while artifact hunting. So, you know, even though this is a purple and the purples are really hard to get and they're really expensive in the auction house, I kind of skip over those. So you see there's a bunch of purples. We'll just skip over some of these. I'll click on that one. See, no one's even selling that one. You know, same here. And that's the thing, they're so hard to get. See, this might seem like a lot, 260 credits for just one purple artifact. But first of all, most people are in the position I am where this would complete the set. Second of all, look at its history. You know, just some auction house stuff. You can change this right here. I put it to the last 3 months. I want to know if this item has sold in the last 3 months and how much it's sold for. So you see here recently, it sold for less, 222 platinum, but it sold for as much as 400 platinum. 335, 362, going back 3 months. So 260's not the worst that it's sold for. So, you know, when you get up there with a lot of artifact sets completed, you're going to be buying more, but, you know, for the most part, you're going to, over time, you know, you're going to have to buy artifacts at some point. But the opposite is true with, you know, like the green level artifacts and whites. You know, there could just be a lot you never found. And you probably should have, but random luck, you didn't find a bunch of whites and greens. And you might come in the auction house and they're selling for 1 plat or less sometimes. And it's great. And you get a bunch of those done for so cheap. Look at this one. 90, 66. This one sold as little as 50 plat. This might be worth a buy for me. Even though it's a blue and not a purple, it does complete a set. It does complete this set here. And it's a decent price at 55, considering 50 was the lowest. And 91 was the highest. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this one. Click on it. Buy out. Okay, so I spent some plat today. And I'm going to complete a set. So you get the idea. I don't want to spend too much time here. But, you know, I just want to get the point. Ah, see? Now here's a green I needed. Even though I have these blues already done, I still needed a simple green one. And look. Boom. People are selling it. Under 2 plat. Done. Cheap. No problem. And I get to finish a set because of that. So that's how you you use the auction house to help you out here. So you get the picture. So let's move on from there. I will show you.
We will find victory.
Some achievements as far as artifacts are concerned. So you pull up the H button for achievements. I just happen to know they are under character and no subcategory. So there's a bunch of different ones: eating different kinds of food, bag bar slots. This is a food one. Loyalty. That was for a certain set. Okay, here's a progressive artifact bunch of achieves. So my next level is at 1200. Like I said, I was over 1000. I'm at 1043. So I just got those 2 arties or artifacts that are going to complete 2 more sets. So when I do turn those 2 in, I'll be at 1045. And keep going. While I'm on this page, these are a couple of more interesting ones for me is pets and mounts. I actually just got a really big achievement for me as a collector because I collect everything. I got my 100th mount. So you see I'm still at 100. And that was a achievement I got within the last week or so. My next level is 225, which I will never get to. If it's taken me 7 years to get 100 mounts, you know, am I going to be playing for another 7 to 8, 9 years to get 125 more? So, so I'm pretty happy with that 100 mark. Pets, companion pets. I am 5 away, so there's hope. And we'll reach that soon. There's a bunch in here I'm close to. Like I was just showing you about the portrait frames. I'm 1 away from those. A lot of those are seasonal based too, like with the world events, you know, for Christmas. The spring one is coming up next, which is the carnival. That should be starting soon. So you get the idea. That's achievements. So how about today, besides talking about artifacts, let's try something down here. So you got your different icons down here. If you ever forget how to do something, like I've been giving you the hotkeys, like K for PvP, C for your main gear and everything. You can always come down here for the activities. Hit that. Boom, boom, boom. Here's your LFR. And guess what else is here? Instant Adventure. Let's click on that and see what happens. Okay, Instant Adventure brings up the menu for Instant Adventures. Right now, there's 3 different kinds. Standard, Instant Adventure. Again, you got 14 times to, you know, to get the prizes for these. Intrepid Adventures. You know, everything has a different, you know, description down here. You know, these are basically a little bit harder than Intrepid Adventures. And then this is quote-unquote featured Celestial Adventures right now. These are mostly in all the new zones. I've noticed a lot of times lately this is in Vostigar Peaks. A lot of people are in Vostigar Peaks right now because it's the latest release. But all the new zones, so that's Scathering Forest, that's Gedlo Badlands, that's, you know, I don't know if there's any in Ashenfell or not, or Zarthmire. But I know I've been seeing some in Vostigar Peaks. This one just talks about Gedlo Badlands. So let's see what we could see. Wow, there's already a group. Okay, so back to
how is that happening?
The
What was in that
group,
mushroom and
raid frames and all that. See, there's
chili
already
pepper
17
stew.
people in this group,
Is it?
so that's why it's already in the raid frame. Somebody is the leader in here. I already got mentored down, so I gotta hurry up and teleport to
Do you
join
see
them.
that boggling?
Do that.
She's huge. And my hands, they can be
see
any
someone's
element.
talking.
I just have to blink.
Part of the instant
You should,
adventure.
yeah, I'm
make sure
gonna
I'm
go
all
listen
buffed
to
up
the
and have my
drum
proper
circle
gear
for a
on.
bit.
If you see my other videos, you know the other day I forgot to put the proper gear on. Let's see. Good there, we're good there. Alright. So you could just go on the map, M for map. So it put me randomly in this spot, but everyone's over here for this instant adventure. It tells you what it is right here. Looks like they're killing a boss right here. It's just one name. We have 13 minutes to do it. Let's see if I can even get over there before the time runs out. Yeah, and with instant adventures, it'll automatically mentor you down or reduce your level to be appropriate for what's happening in that instant adventure. So as you see, I'm down to 67 when I'm normally 70. So here's the dude. Let's get some blasting. So I caught him at 37%. You only have to, with most bosses or something like that, or whatever, you usually just have to tag them once. Buffs. Okay, so as long as you tag them once, you usually get credit for whatever you do. Vostigar down here so you can see what people are doing. Again, I don't claim to be the best DPSer. I'm usually up there, but I don't subscribe to drama about, oh, why aren't you this much? And
Goblins are
you
bards.
weren't trying hard enough because you didn't
Yes.
do that
They have
much and whatnot.
tambourine. Who else have tambourine? This is not
Once again, my
controversial
token
theory.
gear.
It is
Sometimes
fact.
when I'm in the middle of something, I'll switch these
Tambourine
real
mean
quick
bard,
before I
yes?
click on this reward
Yes.
for what we just
But
got.
if goblin bard and
It'll give me a
goblin
coin
evil,
bonus
then
on this
transitive
captured
property
intel.
mean
So
bard
instead of
evil.
20,
Yes. Yes.
I will get... Oh, I got one bonus, so it only gave me an extra one, but that's okay. So a lot of times you'll just transport right out of wherever you're at. Boom. Okay, it usually puts everyone in the same spot. And you can see where the objective is with the, you know, the green right here. So usually it'll be in sets of like little quests, like 4 to 5. You see, like the last one, it'll be like 4 to 5 and then a boss. You know, and then 4 to 5 and then a boss. Okay, this was like a slightly harder guy, the Gedlo immolators. So we gotta kill 5 of those guys and 5 of these regular, or 30 of these regular Gedlos. So let's find some more of those, shall we? No squirrels. Let's see. I'm getting stuck back here. Woohoo! Okay. Where's this guy? Counts. Let's kill him. Counts towards the goal. Even meant to be honest, okay, let's put this down. It's already up there. Let's see what that is. Let's see. Squirrels are killing. Death foothold. Okay, now we're actually in the green zone where we're supposed to be, so there should be more around here. Let all of your raid mates kill guys. Done. 3 of 5. And what, you know, while you're doing instant adventures, you can still forage, you can still butcher, you can still, you know, skin anything you want. All that stuff. Don't do too much of it, because then your raid friend will say, you know, what are you doing? Help us out, kind of thing. Come here! Is that dating myself? Oh, that's a Mortal Kombat reference, sorry. So. Sometimes I'm in an AoE situation. Use my AoE. Attacks are so much faster. Okay. see there, I got a planar fragment that time. So we're just killing those. Okay, we're almost done. We're at 27:30. There's the group. There's some more fools. Let's get them. Come over here. Oh, see, there's one cool. 29. So we need one more of those elite style dudes. Oh,
Thunver here.
okay, so we finished that
As a
quest
lore
with
hound,
that instant
you try to
adventure.
stay a
See,
bit
I got a pop up there. I have a quest
passionate as you
30,
study the history of the
instant adventures
world.
in 17.
Your aim is to know the facts so they can be
So let's
discussed,
move on to the next one.
debated,
Now we
and
gotta burn
analyzed
Gedlo
rationally. Then you try to study the goblins who have painted all those kobold slurs on their banners, and you just want to burn it all down.
Burn the banners. Oh, look, an artifact. Gimme, gimme. Oh. Here we go. Oh, I already had it. It's okay. This one's trying to blast me. But you know, it's the mighty Korthluger. I don't care if you all try to fast on me. I'll just run real fast. Later. Okay, up there looks like a banner-ish type thing. Ah, Squirrel doesn't want me to burn his banner. Come on, Squirrel. Boom. And I started that one on fire. Okay, so we're 13 of 30. Once again, I'm in the zoomed in, like almost first person view. I don't know. I just kind of like it. Sometimes. If I'm doing something that's more difficult for myself, I'll always be in third person, but I think it looks cool, so especially for video purposes, might as well make it look cool. So that's what we're doing today, at least. So these take a while sometimes, since we can't find them all. 22 of 30. See, I'm out of the green area, so there's not going to be any more banners back here. Let's see, let's see. Aha! There's one up high here. Burn, baby, burn! Alright, 27 of 30. Aha! Another one. Scroll again. Don't burn my banner. I like looking at it. It's red and it's cool looking. I'm like, nope. Sorry, I'm a guardian. I want it blue. Gotta burn it. Sorry, squirrely. And I gotta butcher you too. Sorry.
A prison exists not to
finished before
reform
I
the
even
wicked,
needed that one.
but to advance the needs of society.
Okay,
It
Celestial
provides
Adventure
labor,
Cache.
test
That's,
subjects, and intelligence for
big
the
deal
benefit
for,
of the Legion.
Instant Adventure
But
Season
if you
1.
plan it
So now we're going to
correctly,
Vostigar Peak.
it transforms dissidents into your most
So
ardent
especially you
zealots.
newer players, even if you're just new to the Celestial Zones area, you might not have gone into Vostigar Peaks yet. So I'm glad I'm getting a little peek at it. It's basically in two halves. There's one half that looks like this, with this orange kind of, plants and whatnot, and I think it looks really cool. And there's a second half that's mostly all gray. This color of these rocks, like everything is that gray, like gray and purplish. It's a little bit more colorful. This is like the top half. Okay. Real quick, you see these? They do the elites different in Vostigar. They actually give you an icon on the map of where they're at. And those are the elites you need for the achievement in Vostigar. But there's just a lot of them. So you just gotta keep up on it. What are we even doing? Kill corrupted Fora. Okay, let's find some corrupted Fora, shall we? So you're getting a peek of Vostigar. You know, there's a lot of the Storm Legion are here. So it's like a three-way fight with you guys. And where is some tank Fora? Anyways, Storm Legion's back. You just find a lot of these Storm Legion type characters. They're back from a couple expansions ago. Am I just blind, or I can't find any Fora? Where are all the Fora? I see robots. Robots in disguise! Come on, Fora! Oh, see, now people want to battle. Okay? You don't always want to battle for it. You can bust out. Okay. Ah, somebody else wants to play. Where are they shooting me from? This one, dude. So, I am kind of, a little bit bummed. I mean, I know you're going to say I'm crazy. Most of you will. But to me, you kind of have to suck as far as gear and level for a specific zone. Oh, here's a plant, by the way. Zarthian tendril. I am a forager, so I want to forage this. So in other words, when I started Rift, you know, I just sucked. Everything was so hard. I couldn't level fast enough. Blah, 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 blah. So I was used to each zone being such a challenge because, you know, my gear was appropriate or even less than appropriate most of the time. By the time I hit Vostigar, I knew what I was doing so much. You know, I was already getting good gear. So, you know, back in the day, like every single little tiny bad guy would be super hard for me to kill. And when I first got into Vostigar, they just weren't. So, Fora. So, you know, I am kind of upset with myself that Vostigar, just to cover the zone, you know, wasn't as big of a challenge for me that other zones have been. But I guess, you know, it's a 50-50 thing because I'm able to do a lot of other stuff faster. Especially now that, you know, I've been playing the game for 7 years. I expect to do things faster. So I guess it's a 50-50 thing, but, you know, had to mention that. Where are we at? 19 out of 40? Jeez, come on, guys. Alright. Butcher that guy. What? Kill a robot at the same time as a Fora. Corrupted. Why? I like to butcher things. I'm down to 61 health. That's okay. That's not too bad. Ah, on my map. Here are 2 plants I can forage. Oh, here's another animal to get. Another Zarthon Tendril. And there's achievements for that, so, you know, I don't remember the numbers, but, you know, forage successfully 100,000 times and that kind of thing. I'm all about achieves. Achieves, you know, like we were talking about before, you know, achievements is really the closest thing you have to a score. Overall scoring. There are leaderboards as well. We can talk about leaderboards another time. Leaderboards are kind of like, this week, Joe Rogue X is foraging the most, you know, and Joe Blow Warrior Z has mined the most ore, you know, and stuff like that. There's all kinds of stats as far as compared to your peers. And they try to put you in groups that are your peers. So you're not just trying to out-forage the #1 forager. So we're almost done with this one, 37 out of 40. Let's see if I can get any more up here. So as you see, sometimes they respawn, you know, the ones you've already killed.
In the Legion, we sing the praises of battles that were won or lost by a soldier's willingness to sacrifice their life.
Munition.
The truth is, such bold displays of loyalty, while useful for morale, rarely win conflicts. Quartermasters win wars. Supply trains, equipment distributions, ration allotments. This is the tedious work that finds the Legion its victory. It's not a very compelling story, though.
One of those green areas. Let's see what I can see. Somebody found some. It's not all Korthluger yet. Okay. Aha, there's one. Yeah, this is similar to. Somebody needs to fight. This or sabotage this crate. I got one big guy. Not even at max health, so let's see how this goes, shall we? No problem, no problem. Didn't even get to 50 health, bro. Bro, what do you bench, bro? You need to work on it. Not as good as Korth, buddy. He did. Okay. Let's look at some crates. Boom. Ah! Alright. Sabotaging. Jesus Christ. Sabotage. Loot. Butcher. Okay. Another one needs to play. Might as well get some of my health back. Once again, here's the dwarf skill. I don't think it's a pass. No, it's the racial. You automatically get it as a dwarf. So it has a cooldown. What is it? A 10-minute cooldown. So, you know, I don't need it that much because, you know, I got pretty good gear. When I do, it's kind of like having a second version of like drinks. Like this is like the drink or food for health that I'm using right now. I only use these when this is already on cooldown. So that's pretty good advantage for when you're leveling, when you're in a zone for the dwarves. Dwarf power. Crates. See, when you're trying to find some crates, these fools just run up on me. There is an achievement in Vostigar Peaks for killing these kind of guys. Like anybody robotic looking, there's an achievement for that. There's also an achievement for just killing Storm Legion in general. So, and it's a large number, but just know in the back of your head, it's working on that. Am I getting lost again? I think so. Let's see. Pretty lost. Now I'm just wasting time from this lost. Okay, 27 out of 30. Oh gosh, this is a whole new farm. You'll see a lot of stuff in here. I don't know if we need to necessarily talk about it. There's some quests that come in here and you have to find small things, people, things, animals, plants.
The argument rages eternally among my Bougian generals. Who is the better soldier? A soldier of flesh or of steel?
One is 16.
Why choose? The steel cohort are my finest mortal soldiers, inside magically animated constructs of metal might. Their mere presence is enough to terrify an army into submission.
Badlands over there. So you can see it looks like, the Storm Legion's army, has certain, for lack of a better word, footholds in certain spots. So you can tell this is a Storm Legion type weaponry and things. So let's go to, the green area where you're supposed to go. Over this. Mechs and Far Strikers. Aha. Found this guy. People usually appreciate it. Happy to oblige, guys. Okay, that quick I got it. Not bragging. I really can't brag because most of the time I suck. And my DPS sucks. Okay, here's another one of these bad boys right here. Blast them. Who? MK37 Far Striker. Time for you to be dead. Okay, so we got 2 out of 5 of those guys. Let's more. Don't need that guy. Any of these guys. I don't need this dude. They're all kind of bigger. If you saw that video, that's just when you're in a group. Prize comes out like that. It's just a way to give everybody a chance to say they want it. A lot of times I'll just put greed, or if I'm in a lower zone, especially the stuff I really don't want, just push pass, you know. Ah, here's another one of these big guys. Let's start the battle. Hey, fool! Come over here! Korthluger in the house! Last on you, fool! What? Get some! What, you lied? You lied? Should be number uno if I started first. So, what else? Got that one. Once again, this to Libra and Samite, which is a cloth. I really need it, or I kind of almost need it, kind of maybe. Greed, and I don't want it at all. It gives you a little time to push it. So you only need one more of the bigger guys. There's one right here around the corner, looks like. Yes. Hopefully the rest of the people
The Rain cohort assaults my enemies from afar. However, they are no mere corps of archers or musketeers. They are tacticians who have studied the game of war. They don't shoot at a foe. They move the pieces around the board, setting up a win for the other cohorts. They are selfless, denying themselves the glory of a win, so that the others in the Legion may better achieve the goal.
Finish it before you teleport. Okay, let's see if we can't get to a boss one. Another boss. People die. What happened? Whoa! Fool's blasting on us. All those people died. Oh man, I can't even res anybody. Sorry, dudes. It didn't hurt me that bad. Oh, it's that guy up there. Those darn deer there and flying things right there. Oh, it's stormed out there. Jeez Louise. This one. Okay, let's move. Like if you're somebody like me that's, you know, got more, get off me, more DPS than the average dude, you kind of go towards this. Yeah, involved power. This is one of the things. Wondering why there's both of them going down that path. Okay, so this is one. These guys that take longer to kill that I help out with. I saw that. I think most of the time you get those little celestial adventure quests, boxes, after you beat the boss. Just like okay, we still need one of those. One more of those. A bunch of the smaller ones. Other two mobs. Those are dead. So we don't need any of those. We still need 11 of the other. There's one right up there. How about this way, two together. Two killed when the timer takes kill. Alright. Let's find some more of these bad boys. Where are you at? Where are you at? I don't see you up here. You see the group is also dwindling, so it's taking longer. You see we started out, I believe it was with 17 people, so you see we've dropped quite a bit. That's what, 9, 13 or so, 13, 14, 13. So, of course, when some people drop out, it's going to take longer to do each quest.
In the Legion, we sing the praises of battles that were won or lost by a soldier's willingness to sacrifice their life. The truth is, such bold displays of loyalty, while useful for morale, rarely win conflicts. Quartermasters win wars. Supply trains, equipment distributions, ration allotments. This is the tedious work that finds the Legion its victory. It's not a very compelling story, though.
See. Look in. Oh, I didn't. I think I saw that on my map before. How those elites work is the first time you kill it, great, it counts towards your achievement. But the same ones pop up a lot. So if you've already got it on the achievement, you can kill each, I believe it's each elite once a day, and you'll get captured intel currency, which you really need, for killing that elite. But that's only once a day, so you can't just camp out and keep killing the same one and expect to get the currency for it. But you do need a lot of that currency, captured intel, so it is a good little point. I see some foraging in my future, right here. And, you know, it's up to you how you want to start out a zone, but, you know, most of you probably haven't started Vostigar yet. So, when you first go through Vostigar, a lot of these regular type baddies are going to be carnage quests, where, you know, kill 20 of this, kill 30 of that, you know, and it's a carnage quest, it's a kill stuff quest. So I kind of just didn't do any instant adventures in Vostigar because it would kind of spoil everything, I guess you could say. You'd see stuff before you're really leveling in a zone. Like, I want to see everything when I'm first leveling in that zone. I don't want to see it in advance. I don't want a preview. I want, you know, the normal reaction to whatever it is. So, I did not do any instant adventures in here until I did most of the, until I, you know, walked around most of the areas of Vostigar, and when I did that, that's just my overall, you know, questing and whatnot. But there'll be a lot of those carnages, and once you do it once, it's gone. You know, so if you kill this guy's type of carnage once and you're finished, then you're finished. It's done. Same with this kind of guy's carnage. Once it's done, it's done. So the first time you go through Vostigar, I recommend, I might talk more about this later.
Were developed long before I became one of the Tenebrian Ascended.
Normally you have that little blue diamond up here.
Infiltrate the culture without letting them know that the mages of Elitu were studying them.
Don't go into that blue diamond.
After my
stack up down here with
I found
blue
that the
check mark
same techniques could be used to
so
destroy
you could get, you know, a
civilization.
lot of quests
The
done,
line
but
between
not
knowledge
turned
and
in.
destruction is thin
I
and ultimately meaningless.
I had 10 in the diamond, and I think I had 8 quests down here with a blue check mark. The whole thing is you pop some kind of potion. I recommend the reputation, notoriety potions, just because that's very important in Vostigar. So you pop that potion when you're at that point, and then boom, 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 boom. Turn in all those quests, turn in all 10 of the quests that are holding in that quest holder diamond thing, and instantly, boom, you got 18 quests that you just got, you know, a lot more rep for each one. And then the potion is usually 2 hours worth, and then you have 2 more hours to try to do it again, basically, and try to get, you know, as many as you can done on one potion. I did 2 potions when I was leveling in Vostigar. I'm trying to remember what the record was. My record was, I think I got like 26 quests done on the first potion, and then the second potion I got 34. So I was really happy with 34 quests. All got, you know, more rep because of that. So just using 2 potions, you know, you can imagine how much more rep I got in Vostigar, you know, doing it that way. That's just my little thing. You know, a lot of people don't think about it. They just think, turn in, when I finish a quest, I should turn it in right away. You know, I need to advance. And, you know, that's great and all, but if you do it that way, you get a lot more rep. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the look of Vostigar. This whole time we've been in the top part, like I said, with all this orange plants and whatnot. But like I said, the bottom half is all grayish. And that's actually where we started in Vostigar. Okay, so we need 2 more these empowered dudes. Let's go chase down those guys, shall we? Where are you? Where are you? Boom.
Most animal life forms overlook the violent battles
teleport,
that
but you
takes
get the
place
idea.
between
You know, it doesn't look like
trees.
this next one's going to be a
The
boss
cutthroat
one.
tactics that
Anyway, I think
tear
the very first
down
one
their
was a boss
opponents,
one.
starving and outmaneuvering
so-
their rivals in an eternal struggle
by the
for
way, this is my
energy
sharp
and water.
Pretty cool.
I
But I think
am
that's going to be
patient.
it for now. Just to show you guys some of the instant adventures. And we will say adios till next time.